Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back. It's been a long time. I think about 3 months now since I've recorded anything. Well, I've recorded stuff, but I just haven't uploaded it or edited any of the footage. I guess the reason why is with school and just talking with friends, things like that, just other things I'm doing, I only have time to really do one of the two. I can have time to record or I can have time to edit. And while that might not seem like that big of an issue, the thing with me is that if I record something and don't immediately start editing it, at least in 99% of cases, I just won't do it. I'll forget about it, or I'll be like, I don't really want to do that right now, and then I'll put it off for a longer period of time, and then it just cycles. It turns into a feedback loop of me just not doing anything. So that's kind of why I haven't uploaded in a long time. So the topic of this video is the wheel rim that I have made for my Logitech G920. And I think it turned out really well. There's a couple things I wish I could have done a little bit better, but overall it's an improved experience. The car of choice for today is a Teapot 200BX with I think 177 horsepower and quick ratio steering. I think that's all I've done, and I've changed the color obviously and maybe a couple other small things, but it's mostly stock. So yeah, I should point out some of the other things first. The diameter is like 12.5 inches across. I should really just have the camera set up, shouldn't I? All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys the wheel rim now. So I'm gonna cut over to the camera and I'll do some more in-depth talking about it. All right, how am I gonna do this? Is this thing on? All right, well anyway, this is the wheel that I've made. It's 3D printed out of, I don't know about you, but to me that seems like plastic. The diameter is 12.5 inches as opposed to the, hold on, let me grab it. All right, the standard rim, which is like 11 or so, like just barely. Okay, this is really hard to hold. So as you can see, it's not that much bigger, but I didn't want a like huge diameter rim because I was told that would hurt force feedback quite a bit. Now this actually feels pretty solid. Like I'm giving it a good shake right now and it's not budging. I mean, the whole thing moves just a little bit, like the actual wheel thing itself, but I don't know what to do about that. You may notice the wear that's already accumulated on the sides from 3 days. Well, maybe more than 3 days, more like 4 or 5 days of use. And the paint that I put on here is already wearing off quite significantly. But I actually think it looks interesting. I do like the ergonomics of this a little bit better, and it makes it easier to hold the way you hold the wheel how you're supposed to. So that's nice. Other than that, I really don't think I have much more to talk about, so let's go ahead and get into driving. There's my pedals, by the way. I modified the pedals as well. That was... okay, maybe I shouldn't be stomping on them. I did that about a month ago. Anywho, let's go to the driving now. Alright, we can go ahead and test this thing out now. It works pretty well, to be honest. Actually, I don't want to go this way. Come on, you can do it. There you go. This thing barely has any power. I think it's like 177. Let's check. Yeah, 177 horsepower, and I think it will do good for our testing purposes. Fuck! Why is it the second I turn on the camera and start recording, all this has to go south? Get an epic 180. You can see where it's worn from my fingers and stuff. I might have to do something about the paint. It looks cool kind of for now, just the wear on it. Like it looks decent, or I mean not decent, it looks interesting. Looks like it has a story behind it, a story that's like 3 days long, because the paint has already worn off and we put too much angle into that and it didn't quite work out. Made it out of that. I mean, it's so much better for drifting People say you cannot drift at all with like a flat bottom steering wheel. I don't really get what their deal is. You totally can do it. It's just not the ideal experience. And you know, now having tried this, I see why people don't like it. Oh, okay, oversent it. I'll show you guys my pedals, but I'm too lazy to go find my epic driving Crocs. Because I haven't made a video about it at this point, but I've modified my pedals as well. This thing slides so nicely. It's a good car. It does the driving. God, this would be such a nuisance just to have someone drifting through your neighborhood like this. That'd suck. I would move out. Well, maybe not, because I'd probably be the one doing it. Oh, shit. Okay, we're fine. We're fine. Another thing I actually kind of wanted to address is the force feedback. Now, the benefit of making a wheel rim like this is that, in my case at least, it actually ended up being lighter than the stock rim. We're not making this again, are we? No, we are! Haha! Somehow actually pulled that off. This rim is actually lighter than the stock one, and honestly, I don't know how much the holes on the top really helped. Oh, okay. You know, actually, that didn't do as much damage as I thought it would. It didn't do any damage, actually. We hit it at such a high angle that it just hit, like, the back of the tire instead of the side of the wheel. We didn't actually curb it, I don't think. Oh, okay, we don't quite have the angle for that. Actually, I have the other rim still. I'm probably not going to get rid of it. I don't have a reason to get rid of it. So I'm going to pull over and I'll go grab it. Sure hope nothing bad has happened to my car while I turn around for 3 seconds. Okay. As you can see, it's not that much bigger. I don't know how well you're seeing this, but it's not that much bigger than the stock rim, but it feels somewhat more reasonable. And you only lose the Xbox button down here and this button, and then your pause button, or what normally would be the pause button. I have that now binded to X in all my games. But you still have the LSB and RSB buttons. I don't know how well you can see, but they're still there and very well within reach. One thing that one of my friends asked me is how well I can still reach the paddle shifters, and I'm happy to report that it's pretty easy. So yeah, it's good. Anyway guys, that's gonna be about it for this video. If you enjoyed, be sure to like it and subscribe if you want to see more like this. If you want me to do a video on my pedals where I kind of like actually go under my desk and show you what all is happening down there, I'd be happy to do that. Okay, why did I